Welcome to another episode with Live with Dell Anthony. I'm Dell Anthony. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, put your comments below. But let's get right into it. Your boy was 11-1, lost yesterday because the Bengals couldn't pull it out. I only went against the Chiefs, honestly, because I'm a Raider fan. I can't go for the Chiefs, even though, like I told you, if you look at my other takes, Mahomes is that bad man. But let's get into the games and what we saw. The 49ers, the thing that was odd to me is that Purdy got hurt and he was still on the sidelines. They didn't take him to the tent. As far as I've seen, he didn't run to the locker room. They didn't give him cortisone shots. And he still came into the game. But the odd part is, coming off that tuck rule as a Raider fan, you sometimes know things are not what they appear to be. Like, what would make a guy overachieving all odds, getting into a game that's probably the biggest game of his N.f.l. or actually football career, and not doing whatever it takes to get back into the game? It was almost like they was like, no, Purdy, we don't want you to pass our golden boy Tom Brady. His story is amazing. 6th-round pick. Everybody laughed at him. Super Bowl champion, plural. But Purdy, we don't think you're ready right now. You're a rookie, Mr. Irrelevant. Like, by Purdy not finishing the game, it incompletes the story about just how somebody can overcome obstacles, because now there is no movie about what Purdy did. 2, you still get to jockey and make positions and put money into high picks, because it takes that narrative away if the last pick ever in the N.f.l., as far as Mr. Irrelevant, wins the Super Bowl or gets to a Super Bowl. Now, your reason for scouting these guys and saying who should win the Heisman and all that, it's not a big deal anymore. But I felt it was odd that the steps that are usually taken when a player gets hurt, unless he's concussed and it's a concussion situation, he didn't go to the locker room, they didn't Novocaine him, they didn't cortisone shot him, they didn't put him in the tent, they didn't do anything, and then try to get him out there. And when they're down so much, he didn't even try to throw the ball downfield once. That 49ers defense is the truth. So it didn't seem like they went all out. I mean, even Doug Williams got his leg bent back to where they thought he had a hurt knee or a hurt ankle, and he comes out and they destroy the Broncos 42-10 in the Super Bowl. So I didn't understand that. That's one game. Now about the Chiefs. As I said, that bad man Mahomes show why he's definitely the Mozart on the football field. He's amazing. That's my son's favorite player, as I've stated time and time again. And honestly, was there calls that should have been made? Yeah, but that's both ways. I think the Chiefs had a touchdown that was called back. I believe they had an interception that was called back. So to say that, that play where he got pushed out and the guy got the unnecessary roughness for 15 yards, that was the GOAT for as the game goes. Because in my day, GOAT didn't mean greatest of all time. That was a play on words that L. Cool J did when Def Jam tried to say he was the GOAT of the label. He said, yes, I am the GOAT, the greatest of all time, because he's clever with his words. So the GOAT now is seen as a hierarchy, but in my day, the GOAT meant you cost your team the game. So yes, number 58 was the GOAT, not because he didn't play good all game. It's because when the pressure got on, remember I told you guys, pressure does two things. Either it creates diamonds or busts pipes. He was so much in the moment, he hit a quarterback that was definitely going out of bounds, which was a big play, because there's a difference between a 55-yard field goal and a 40-yard field goal. So in that term, he was the GOAT, meaning he caused this team the game. He was the bad GOAT, not the greatest of all time. Now let's get to your boy being 11-1. Could have been, 12-0, but I didn't pick the Chiefs, and that was more of a division thing as AFC West, the Chiefs. But Mahomes is that bad man, and I think he's going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. Yes, he might not get the rings that Brady has. I think getting rings in football is different than every other sport. The rings in football is any given Sunday, your team just outplaying another team. Whereas when you get to other sports, there's a plethora of games that you can win or lose. Now, people talk about politics in football and that Purdy's situation happened because they didn't want Purdy to whatever. Oh, that happened because they didn't want the Bengals to go because they talked a lot of smack and oh, they wasn't as good as people think. No, maybe Kansas City did their homework and realized the Bengals had 3 offensive linemen that really weren't that good. And it shows that in the stats. It shows that in the sacks they gave up. And Chris Jones turned out to be a beast. He turned out to say, I want this, and no one's going to stop me. And he turned over the game. And remember, I mentioned Bolton and a few other guys, even though I thought the secondary couldn't hold up with Cincinnati, they kind of did. And Joe Burrow, people try to put Joe Burrow or put Josh Allen and all these guys ahead of Mahomes. Nah, Mahomes is just really that dude. So at the same token, got to give Chiefs their due. Now, let's get to the Eagles and the 49ers. Again, I don't understand the thing with Purdy. The Eagles really looked good all over the place except for at quarterback. I think Jalen Hurts actually played worse than he's played in a very long time. So what looks good now at a place, well, a sport that didn't have too many black quarterbacks, now we have 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. And it's, do you bet on Mahomes or do you bet on Hurst? It's a pick 'em for me. Either one wins, I'll be cool with it. But Mahomes is a bad boy. So, of course, I'm leaning toward the Chiefs now, even though as a Raider fan, I shouldn't do it. But I have to be impartial. So I believe Mahomes, you can't bet against him, even though all around the board, the Eagles have the better team. So, once again, your boy was 11 and 1 when picking the games. I picked everything right except for the Bengals. They let me down. But that's okay. I look forward to a great Super Bowl. Thank you for tuning in live with Dell Anthony. Without you guys, there's no me. Hit your subscribe, your likes, and next week I have a different take on some other topics. I've gotten some requests for more serious topics. Overall, the GOAT conversation between Jordan and LeBron, and we're going to start getting into it and really having fun with this channel. Thank you very much, and have a blessed day.